Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the My Stock Journey channel. So today I wanted to go over a potential ROI for my portfolio over a few stocks. And if you don't know what an ROI is, it's like your return on investment. Basically, if you invest this much, how much money will that make you back? Like what percentage of that investment will you get back, or your return on investment? So with today's video, it's very hypothetical, but it's very possible, because what I'll be calculating is the potential return on all of my stocks from my average cost to their highs that we experienced last year, plus how much I'm getting paid in dividends every year. So what I won't be including in this return on investment, I won't be including the dividend growth. So say right now Stag Industrial pays $1.44 per share every year as their dividend, right? So say next year if it goes up to $1.46, I'm not including any of that, obviously, because I don't know what how they will increase. I'm just saying, if I got paid by Stag Industrial $1.44 per share for 10 years straight, how much will I have made from dividends in 10 years? So there's also the risk of what if they decrease their dividend, but all hypothetical again. Also, I'm saying that 10 years from now, where the average cost is, we will reach the highs that we experienced last year or early this year. Because I just personally believe that as an economy and as a society, we will reach those highs again. I do think we would definitely regain that momentum, return to a bull run at some point, and even surpass possibly those highs that we reach in many of these stocks. And I do believe the stocks that I'm choosing today will reach that again, because they're very strong, their balance sheets are strong, their management's strong, everything, their investment backing is strong. And I do believe that with these stocks, they do run in parallel with our economy. So as our economy does grow and society gets back to normal, I do believe that they will, like I said, once again reach those highs. So with that being said, 10 years of investments, and 10 years from now, if we reach those highs and we break even, how much will I have made back? And that's what I'll be going into today. So let's take a quick look at my Robinhood portfolio. All right, so as you can tell, Store Capital is going to be the very first stock that I'm going to go over about how much return I'm going to get if the day comes that we reach these highs again. So I have an average cost at $16.19. As you can tell, it's already almost at 20. Highs of sitting around $40.15, $40.71 roughly. I have $2,997 in equity in it. And yeah, we've made about $568 so far. But let's think about the long run. So let's go over here to my little Word document and I'll go over it. So with Store Capital, they pay $1.40 per share that you own, meaning that throughout the entire year, you will accumulate $1.40 per share that you own from their dividends. So I have 150 shares, so that equals $210 per year from Store Capital. Now, 10 years of that, like I said, I'm not including reinvesting those dividends, which we all know if I was to reinvest those dividends, my return would increase. But let's just keep it baseline, super neutral, super narrow, and say that 10 years of that, I make $2,100, okay? So on top of that, the high that Store Capital reached that I'm looking at from February was $40.39. The average cost that for all of my 150 shares is $16.19. Meaning that the difference is $24.20 for 150 shares. So 150 shares with a potential growth of $24.20 per share equals out to $3,630 in return. If we reach those highs again, that's how much I will have made from the growth of those stocks. Now, that plus the 2,100 dividends in 10 years that we talked about equals out to about $5,730. Which that already is an insane amount. That's a crazy number, because like we said, my equity right now is $2,997, meaning that I only paid somewhere around $2,940 roughly for all these shares, meaning that alone would almost double itself, or yeah, almost double itself. So that's awesome. And I do hope that this happens, of course. Like, I really do believe that we will reach those highs again. And if that does happen, I will have this number or more if I do reinvest those dividends like I do plan on doing. So next up, we do have Main Street Capital. I will take a quick look at their portfolio. Here we go. Okay, so My equity currently is $1,641. I've made a total return of $243 already. So my average cost $22.92. It's up to $26.91. So you can already see that $4 growth alone has paid me somewhere close to $250. If we take a look at the 5-year plan, this is very, very interesting to me. Main Street Capital has always had slow but consistent growth, and that's something that's very, very attractive to me. So that's why I do believe that they will reach these highs again. But so if they do, we're currently sitting at $26.91. This high right up here is about $44.90. So what does that equate to when it comes to return? Well, before we get into that, actually, so Main Street Capital pays $2.46 per share in dividends, meaning that's $150.06 per year, which equates to $1,560 in dividends paid out over the course of 10 years. Once again, not reinvesting, just taking that dividend. The dividend is not changing, so if they keep it at $2.46 per year, and that stays like that. So that $1,500 on top of a high of $44.90, my average cost is $22.92, like we said. That difference there is $21.98 times 61 shares equals $1,340.78. So if we take these two numbers, combine them together, you do some quick maths, you get $2,841.38 over the course of 10 years. Now, once again, that number will probably be higher than that if I'm correct and this stock keeps growing, we reach those highs, they increase their dividends. It'll likely be somewhere around 3,000. But like I said, let's keep it neutral, baseline narrow, easy to calculate. So with that being said, so that's a $2,841 return on that investment. I've only paid somewhere around, like I said, $1,400. So that again is almost doubling that investment. That's crazy. Now, last but not least, my favorite stock, outside of Microsoft, of course, is gonna be Stag Industrial. Stag Industrial pays $1.44 per share throughout the entire year. Like I said, we're not gonna count that it grows up or anything like that. Which equates to $90.72 per year, or $907.20 over the course of 10 years. So we take that, the high for Stag Industrial, $32.50. The average cost that I purchased that was $21.50, which is a difference of $11, times 63 shares equals $693 in potential return from the growth of stock. So you take that number plus this number up here, and that equals out to $1,600. That's crazy. That's honestly just, it blows my mind every time I do the math. So the thing about that is we take all of those numbers, right? Now, let's actually combine all those numbers up. What does that give us? Now, I will say this number right here is actually a little bit wrong. I was off by 1,000. But that equals $9,478.58 in returns from the dividends over 10 years without any change, on top of full return to highs, meaning that what we're at now, they reached the high that they were previously at in the last couple months. So my total invested, so for Stag Industrial, I invested $1,372. Store Capital, I've invested $2,428.50. In Maine, I've invested $1,398.12. That equals out to $5,198.62. So if you check that out, that means I've invested $5,198.62. My potential return, if I'm right, which I mean, of course I do think I'm right, I would have not invested so much, but if I'm right, that means this $5,198 made me $9,478.58. If you do the math on that, that comes out to our 182% return on investment. That's crazy. That's genuinely crazy. And that's why I always tell people, you know, people look and people get nervous, right? They're like, well, the economy's down. You know, what if everything just keeps going down and our economy just stays down and crashes and never comes back? And I'm like, well, if that comes, I feel like we're going to have a lot more to worry about than money at that point, because we're just going to be in a complete chaos, right? So I think about it like this. This pandemic is really an opportunity, and opportunists know that there's no better opportunity when things are down, right? I'm an opportunist. I see, okay, everything's going down. That's the sale. We're going to go in. Now, granted, if the market goes back down even lower, okay, cool. Like I said before, I'm just going to buy more, right? Now, like I said, in 10 years, I do believe we will have a full recovery. Not saying 10 years from now there won't be something else, but within the span of 10 years, we will reach those highs at some point. And 10 years from today, if we are at those highs or surpass those highs, this is what I'm looking at on return. And that's why I'm telling people, you know, this isn't advice. I'm not telling you to buy stocks, but definitely do your research on buying stocks, because there is massive, massive, massive potential for return. If you would have told me a year ago, I was just turning 17 years old, thought I was on top of the world. And if you'd have told me, hey, give me $5,198, I'll give you $9,478 back, I'd be like, no way, not possible. The fact that this can happen from your computer or from your phone, and all you have to do is some research, is absolutely amazing. And that shows the opportunity that there is in the world. As an 18-year-old, it's something that is very new to me. This whole market is new to me. I couldn't invest until I was 18 anyway. But whenever you go back and you actually do your research and your due diligence and you go to try to understand the possibilities of the stock market, it is absolutely amazing. And I couldn't be more blessed to have come across it and, you know, really been given the opportunity just to really fully understand this and be able to dedicate so much time and energy into learning it in order to get these returns like this. So if you guys did enjoy that video, please absolutely drop a like for me. It helps me out so much. If you're new to the channel and you made it this far, thank you so much. If you could drop a subscribe, that would be amazing too. If not, it is okay. It's totally fine. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos that you would like to see, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.